Hello, my name is Asia Corson and I'm a freshman at the University of
I'm
Wisconsin.
Kim and I'm from Korea, and now I'm studying business, especially for
Samantha, I'm from England and I study at the University of Kent in Canterbury. Currently I'm studying in Milwaukee in Wisconsin and I study English
and I am a senior here at UWM. I study education. I am a middle childhood, so I'll be certified in grades 1 through 8 and I'll be graduating this upcoming
My name is Yuriko Nakazawa and I'm from Japan. Now I'm a UWM student. I'm a sophomore and I'm studying journalism.
I worked with a small organization teaching women English and about just general health and about how to be a leader in their community and stand up for women's rights, and just kind of take a greater role in their society.
A little bit about my experience. In order to go, I'm half Iraqi, so I had to talk to my parents about it. And my dad had a lot of concerns about me as a woman traveling abroad by myself in the Middle East. It was a very big, long conversation with my family about letting me go and about the experience I was going to have. It took a lot of convincing of my dad. My mom was a little bit easier to convince, but I finally got my dad to allow me to go, and he had set rules for me because as his only daughter, he wanted to make sure I was safe in a different kind of country. So I traveled there, and as soon as I got off the airplane, I was so excited, so overwhelmed though. I was entering into a country that was completely different than someplace where we grew up in the States. So I got off, and a lot of people have different thoughts about women in the Middle East, about how they're they're not independent, they can't live by themselves, they cover themselves because they're being oppressed, and I went over there thinking that's not true. And when I arrived there, I met so many independent women. It was amazing, and their choice to wear a hijab was more of a religion based, not of oppression. And it was amazing to see how many women can, how they stand up to their culture and their community, and about the stereotypes that everybody faces. It was cool to meet those kind of women, to be able to understand their experiences. I became really close with a few people from around the world. I met a friend from Iraq, and she had just came to Egypt, and so we had a religion-based talk more about her being a woman. And I actually got interviewed for a magazine, the AUC, the American University magazine, for about being Iraqi Christian in a predominantly Muslim area. It was pretty cool. It was different, but I just think that so many people have such a closed mind about what actually goes on, and I think it's important that I realized that when I studied abroad, my eyes were open to the world around me and the different cultures and different religions that play an aspect in different faiths and people.
there are two things that I felt interesting, and those were first thing was they don't care their appearance and how they look like, pretty much. And I think it makes me they are proud of themselves and more be proud of themselves. So it was kind of good because I don't need to care about my appearance much in here, so it was kind of good. And the second was that I already said it ahead, but also women are very independent in here, so they search for their work internship and other part-time jobs by themselves. Really, we do that in our home country also, but it's kind of seems more active way. So I felt those were really interesting in here.
I really enjoyed Milwaukee, partly because I've seen how much more independent I've become. I've seen a lot of women who, and just like my friends who've come over here and they've been an international student and they've learned to just cope by themselves. And now that I've done this experience, I know that I can go anywhere I want in life and I will be able to settle down and make friends. And it's just really encouraged me now to know that I can do what I want when I leave university.
And I am just exchange student, so being abroad, studying abroad, I met so many people, so many women. People from comes all over the world. I met like Mexican, Korean, French, British, everyone, and I got friends, and I always visit together. Whatever, and I found like many of them are being different. Every country, like they are very represent kind of like their countries, and they are proud of themselves. So I found like so many diversity here, and they express whatever they want, like whatever they're really proud of themselves, and I always respect them to be themselves.
It was just an absolutely amazing experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I feel like that's something that I really want to communicate to people here in the US, is that we need to value our relationship with other women more, because our connections, our relationships are very important, and as a society I feel like we need to value that more, or as women we need to value that more.
The people that I met there I will always cherish in my heart, and I had an amazing experience that I will never be able to replace. I'm trying to go back to try to teach there because it was such an amazing experience and I met so many amazing people. And I felt going abroad, I became more independent myself. You know, you travel by yourself, you have to figure out how you're going to afford everything by yourself. It was my first experience out of the country, and like my dad said, he was really worried about me traveling by myself, more of a cultural reason, but I think that coming back here I'm more independent. I got a job in the UWM Study Abroad office as soon as I returned, and it's a great job because I get to talk to people when they're coming in, get them excited about different experiences that they can have. I just enjoy really talking about my experience and then also talking to students to get them excited about the experience that they're going to have, and talking to them about the different people that they're going to meet, the different backgrounds that they're going to come in contact with. I think it really opens your eyes and everybody's eyes to the world around them. I really enjoyed studying abroad. I really enjoyed meeting different kinds of people, and I also enjoy working in the study abroad office, and I'm very happy to be a woman who studied abroad in spring 2010.